All right, my name's Coach Hamby. I've been coaching and teaching PE for 28 years, and what we've tried to do with this video is put something together that students can do at home if they have to. So it's kind of a five-part series. The first part being the warm-up, and the warm-up has to be done every day before each exercise. Then we've broken it down into 4 different types of exercise. We're going to show you 3 of those today, and then also one with Coach Edwards that he'll do later. The first exercise that we're going to do, and this would be an exercise that you can do on day 1, would be what we call our Big Six. And our Big Six is one of the exercises that you're going to do. Of course, it's the hint's in the name. It has 6 parts to it. And the first one's going to be, and right now, what we're using is 10-pound weights. You can use whatever you have at home, whatever's available to you. If you've got some weight, that's even better. And what we're going to do is front raises. And when we do front raises, what we're trying to do is, and we're going to do this in a slow motion, we're going to bring out the arms, and we're trying to keep that, we want to hold it for about a second count, and we're going to lower them to our sides, keeping your elbows straight, and then we're going to do that 6 times at a slow pace. And at the top, you always want to pause and make sure that you breathe in and out. And what you want to do also is just kind of exhale out when you're lifting up the weight, and hold it there for like a 1-second count if possible. If you can't do it, then lighten the weight. If the weight is too light, add heavy weight. But just so you know, these muscles right here, these deltoid muscles, can't handle too much weight anyhow. So you're talking anywhere from 8 to 12 pounds. The next exercise we're going to do is a side raise, and it's the same premise. You're going to lift it up to the sides and hold it for about a second count. And you're going to do 6 of those. And again, make sure that you're breathing. Air, oxygen is very important. All right, and the next one is it's a tricep extension. And there's a lot of things that you can do for your triceps, but what we like to do is bend over with a flat back, keep your elbows close to your sides, and almost act like your elbow is a hinge, and you're gonna get your back flatter, okay? And bring your elbow to about right there, and you just want to hold it out as hard. There we bring it up, and then hold it straight out. You want to hold it for everything's going to be held for about a second count. You should, if you're doing it the correct way, you'll feel that flexion on your triceps. Okay, the next one is a bicep curl. Again, you're also welcome to change weights during this also. We're just doing this with one weight to make this demonstration a little bit easier. And when you bring up the weight, and we're going to do it at the same time, we'll alternate it. So do the right arm first, bring it up, and make sure that you turn the pinky out. It kind of flexes the bicep muscle and gives it more of a little pop when you do that. So, and then you do 1 with each arm, and then do 6 of those. Again, make sure you maintain your breathing. It's not a race. Make sure you slow it down, pop it at the top. All right, the next one is you can put one of the weights down. You could use both weights. You could add weight, again, like I said before. You're going to widen your feet out. This is going to be an overhead squat. We want to lift the weight exactly straight over our head with 2 arms. And we're going to get in a squat position. And if you would, when Dalton gets a little bit, narrow your stance up a little bit. All right, and then when you squat, we want to think what I call the marble roll. Make sure that if you had a marble on your thigh, it would roll back and not forward. You want to 90 degrees, and do 6 of those. Want to get what we call your butt in a hole. Get down there and get something out of it. Don't cheat yourself and not do a full squat. Okay, and now grab the other weight if you would. And we're going to do a forward lunge. And we're going to do the first one kind of slow. Dalton's going to extend his right leg. And again, almost like the marble roll. And the big thing here is when he comes back, he's going to pop back to that foot. He's going to leave that foot planted, the left foot, and he's going to bring the right foot back. And that would be a half of one. and that's 1. So we're going to do 6 of those. And you want to make sure you explode back and get a 90 degrees out over that front foot. We're good. And that's it. That's called our Big 6. And the reason it's Big 6, you do 6 different exercises and you do them for 6 reps. And that would be day 1, exercise 1, complete. All right, so now what we're going to do is in our second or day 2 exercise is what we call the Big 14. The Big 14 is a very simple exercise, but it can be difficult. You're actually going to add on a push-up and a sit-up every time you do a rep, and there's going to be 14 of them. So in other words, I'll just show you right now what we're going to do, and we'll demonstrate. We're going to start it with a push-up. And a good push-up, you want to make sure you got a flat back and you go straight down, and he'll do 1 push-up, and then he'll roll over, and then he's going to do 1 bent leg sit-up, trying to, what we would rather do, instead of we want to cross our arms across our chest and come all the way and have some part of our elbow touch some part of our thigh. And that's it, and that's 1, and he's going to roll over. Now he's going to give 2 push-ups. All right, then he's going to roll over, and now he's going to do 2 sit-ups. And he's going to continue doing this, and as he does this, I'll talk, and I'll ask him to do something on the next set of push-ups. Let's say he's having trouble with his push-ups. He's going to do a modified push-up, which it will be crossing his legs with his feet up in the air. And that way, if he's struggling on a push-up, still maintaining, flat back and lower butt. Go ahead, Don. And he's going to, are you on number 4 right now? And at the end of the day, after he gets to what we would call almost set 14, he's completed 105 sit-ups and 105 push-ups, which would be a very good workout for the day. And if you have to take a break in between, do it, but try to push yourself to a limit so you're getting something out of it. We don't want to do this type of exercise an hour. We don't want it to take an hour. We're trying to go at a rapid pace, but still maintaining, your physical integrity, making sure your stomach's tight, flat back, and you're getting something out. Don't try to cheat. And if by chance you were struggling, it's okay to get somebody to hold your feet or put your feet underneath a dresser drawer or under a weight, something to keep your feet down. That's not cheating in any way. So just keep, and make sure, and I should have stressed this earlier, with anything that we do, make sure you're drinking plenty of water beforehand. Nutrition is a major part of exercise. What rep are we on? Number 8. So he's halfway there, over halfway. Like I said, if he was struggling, I could sit here and I hold his feet, which can help him out to stabilize more. You can get your parents, anybody to help you out with that, partner. It is difficult. Yeah, I got you. What number are we on? 110. And it's okay if you're struggling, make sure you want to, it's okay to do a modified push-up. This is not simple, just like with your sit-ups, and it's okay to take a break, to catch your breath, and to just bounce back in there when you think you're ready. If you haven't exercised in a while, it's not anything you can just jump right into. You could break it up, but you want to try to do this within a 15 to 20 minute period. And as you can see, even when you're doing a modified push-up, during this exercise, it can be quite strenuous.
That's hard.
How many more sets we got?
I'm on 12.
Okay.
Well, after this one, sort of.
You got it. You're good. Take a breath. No. Just set 12 is just set 13. 12. And as you see, even though, you know, it's a tough workout, he's still maintaining that, you know, that flat back, you know, the butt's not popped out, and it's tough. Just make sure you breathe and maintain your proper form. Take a break and pop back in there. Okay.
Kids can take a break.
All right.
Let's have 2 more sets.
That's all. Whew. 2 more and he's got it. Good. And also when you're doing a push-up, you want to kind of keep your head forward, your eyes forward. You don't want to get any kind of neck injuries by dangling your head. You can do it. You got it. Good. Great job.
One last set after this one.
Here we go. As you can see, this exercise isn't easy. Don's in pretty good shape, and it's a struggle for him. Good to catch your breath, and just once you feel that you've recovered, get back in there. Get back in the fight. And the last set, which is great. You can do it. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good. Keep going. And that's the workout. And that's called the Big 14, push-ups and sit-ups. Not hard to remember, but easy to do. Okay, so this is gonna be day 3 of our other exercise, and this is our ab routine. We're gonna do 10 different ab exercises for 10 reps. But what I'd like you to do each week that you continue this, add on a rep every week. And that will be something you can achieve. So the first thing that we're going to do is just a regular thing that we call bicycle. And what's going to happen on bicycle, they call it bicycle because you actually have the motion like you're riding a bike. So your hands are going to be behind your head, and you go opposite knee to opposite leg. And as you count, it'll be, of course, and that would be 1. And then we're going to do 10 of them at a fast pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a moment to relax. And like I said, we would add on 1 rep every week. The next thing is we're going to do is we're going to do what I call a scissor kick. And so you're going to lay down flat, put your hands underneath your butt, give you a little bit of support, extend your legs completely out, and we're just going to almost raise them off 6 inches off the ground, and you're going to cross them over left to right, right to left. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, again, take a breath. The next exercise that we're going to do is something that we like to call crunchy frog. It's a little bit of a balance. You have to balance on your butt and maintain some type of balance integrity. And what's going to happen, you're going to extend your arms all the way out, and your arms and your legs, and then you're going to come together and touch your fingertips right around your knees. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This exercise can be difficult at first because it really builds a lot of core muscles. You've got to make sure that you maintain that balance to get the full range of effect on the exercise. All right, the next exercise is heels to the heaven. And all we're trying to do is raise our legs straight up in the air. Our hands are not underneath our butt right now. They're off to the side, and we're at an L shape with our legs straight up. And all we're trying to do is lift the butt off the ground. And that would be 1, 2, 3. And as you see, he maintains his feet above his hips, and that's what you want. 8, 9, try to keep your legs straight, and 10. Okay, again, take a breath, take a moment, catch your breath, be ready to go. And then what we're going to have now are bent leg crunches. So you're just gonna bend your legs, make sure that you have your heels flat on the ground, and all you're gonna do is put your hands behind your head and just raise your shoulder blades off the ground for a crunch. And these are gonna be quick. These are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's excellent. All right, now we're going to do flutter kicks. Again, hand underneath your butt, legs extended, about 6 inches off the ground, and you're just going to flutter. And that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You kind of want to slow that motion down a little bit so you get an effect out of it. Even though a flutter kick sounds like you're moving your feet real fast, to get the best effect out of it, you want to slow the motion down. The next exercise is going to be the L crunch. Okay, so you're going to have that L position again. Put your feet straight above your hips, and all you're going to do is try to touch your toes with your hands. All right, go ahead. 1, keeping your legs straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. All right. This next one I really like, and this is kind of a fixed position. So we're going to hold this for about 10 to 15 seconds. This is called Superman. So what you're going to do is roll over. And what you're going to do is you're going to extend your arms like you're flying in the air, and everything is going to be off the ground. Your knees should not touch, nor should your chest. And you're going to hold this for about 15 seconds. And as he's doing this, you want to maintain it. It works great on your core. And in a second, we're going to go to the next exercise, and we're going to try to get to it as quick as we can, and it's called the boat. And I'll show you this when we transition. So hold this for about 15 seconds, then go to boat. You roll over as quick as you can, and you maintain, try to come up a little bit more. Right there's what we want to try to hold right in there. There we go. That's the position we want to do. We want to hold it as long as we can, maintaining that core. Again, we're going to do it about 10 to 15 seconds. Perfect. Boom. And then we're going to roll over, and we're going to go right to plank. And again, we're gonna hold this, and it's almost like you're getting in push-up position, except you're having most of your weight on your torso, on your elbows. And you just maintain this position in a fixed position for 10 to 15 seconds. And that is it. And there you have it. That is the ab routine. And once you get done with that, as you can see, it's very exhausting, but it's a great workout.
Today we're going to talk about the complex lift. The complex is a lift that we will learn that helps to build core strength, it helps to build work capacity, and most importantly, it helps to teach all the main lifts that we will do. So this is Dalton Hamby, and he is going to be demonstrating for us. We will talk you slowly through the lift, and at home, if you don't have a bar available, you can do this lift with a broomstick or a piece of PVC pipe or anything that you have handy to work on the techniques. Obviously, that won't work as much on your core strength and on your work capacity, but it will help you to get the technique down. So this is an important lift, and I want all of you to do it as often as is in your workout. First, we're going to talk about proper hand placement. I want to take the bar with the grip about as wide as my arms just hang naturally. So it's going to be a little bit wider than your feet in all likelihood. We want to take it with an overhand grip. Make sure your thumbs are around the bar. Okay. All right, from that point, and by the way, this is called a clean grip because this is a grip that we use on the power clean. From that point, I want to get my feet right under my armpits. I do not want them wide, and I do not want my toes turning out. I want my toes pointed parallel straight ahead. Okay? You have a side view here. As we do this, I want you to watch from the side. My feet are under my armpits and parallel. I want to break my knees. Not too much, just a little bit. And then as I take the bar down, I want to slide it down my thighs, and I want to push my butt back, keeping my butt high. So my knees are slightly bent, my shoulders now will be in front of the bar, and my weight will be on my heels. I should be able to flop my toes up and down if I want to. My feet are still flat on the floor, but my weight is on my heels. This is the proper technique. I want my chest out and my back arched. All right. From that point, we'll start our first lift. The first lift is called a high pull. I'm going to use my hips. I'm going to try to push my feet through the floor, extend my hips. We're going to do it in slow motion. Shrug at the top, and then drive my elbows high and pull the bar to my chin. Now that is the motion, but we're going to do it fast. We're going to do it explosively. So again, I slide the bar down my legs to the top of the kneecap. My weight goes back to my heels. I should be able to flop my toes up and down if I want to. Now I'm going to throw my hips, shrug, pull the bar. I want to stay tall and fight it down slowly. We're going to do 6 of these. Notice that as he takes the bar down, he takes it to his waist and then pushes his butt back as he goes down into position again. Once you've got 6, put the bar down. We'll rest a second. When we get the complex all put together, we'll do these without putting the bar down. But for right now, we're going to practice them one at a time. Okay, so that was the high pull. The next movement, we'll take the bar with our clean grip. We'll point our toes straight ahead, right under our armpits. Break the knees, push the butt back, keeping it high so that my shoulders are in front of the bar. And the bar's pulled back, my weight's on my heels. Now I'm going to do the same motion as a high pull, but when I get to the top, I'm going to unfurl my arms like unfurling a flag and lock it out. I want to stick my head through the hole at the top. So again, in slow motion, it looks like this. High pull, stick my head through the hole. All right, bring it down to your chest, drop it to your waist, and go back to position. Now we're going to do 6 of them explosively. Even more explosively than that. We don't want to pick our toes up, we just want to be able to. We don't want to pick our toes up, we just want to be able to if we wanted to. The feet need to stay flat until we come up through our toes at the top. Head goes through the hole every time. Here you go. Head through the hole every time. When you've got 6, set the bar down. A little more hip pop. There you go. All right, that's good. All right, rest just a second. The next lift, when we finish the sixth one, the bar will be over our head, we're gonna bring it down on the back of our neck. We're gonna keep our grip the same. If you have to widen it a little to get it down to your shoulders, make it as little as possible. I want my arms just outside my shoulders. So go ahead and do one muscle snatch. Now bring the bar down to your back. The next lift is called a good morning. My knees are still slightly broken. My feet are under my armpits, toes straight ahead. Without bending my knees anymore, I'm going to push my butt back and high and come down parallel to the floor and up. Notice how flat Dalton's back is staying. He wants to keep a flat back. You come down as far as you can without losing that arch in your back. We'll do 6 of these. Notice the knees do not bend any more than they start. You start with a slight bend, you keep a slight bend all the way through the lift. When you've done 6, put the bar down. Catch your breath a second, I'll talk you through the next lift. The bar's on our back when we finish those, obviously. We're going to do what is called a squat to press. With the bar on your back, you'll squat until your knees are, until your butt is below your knees. And you'll come out of the squat explosively and pop the bar overhead. The lift is done with your hips and butt, not with your arms. All your arms do is catch it at the top. Just like the muscle snatch, we're going to finish with our head through the hole. So my head comes through the hole at the top. So he's going to squat, butt below knees, and pop it overhead. Even more hip, even less arm, even more hip. There you go. We're going to get 6 of these. It's a lot easier to put your head through the hole on these because it's starting out in front. But it's the same principle. I don't want to have the bar overhead with my head tilted back. Once you've gotten 6, put the bar down. Catch your breath just a second. There's one more lift in the complex. We'll teach that one, and then we'll put it all together and show you a whole complex. The last lift will be a bent over row. So when I come up in the last squat to press, I bring it down to my chest, drop it to my waist. From there, I'm going to do the same movement as a good morning. I'm gonna push my butt back and slide the bar down below my knees. Now I'm going to do a bent over row. I'm going to pull the bar up to my chest with my elbows wide. I want to keep my back as close to parallel to the ground as I can. We'll do 6 of these. Pull it up to about the nipple line with the elbows wide. When you've done 6 of those, put the bar down. Rest just a second now, and I'll coach Dalton through an entire complex, and I'll give you the name of each lift as we do it. The complex must be done without putting the bar down. The complex is 36 total reps if you count the squat and press as separate reps, and it works every muscle group in the body except for the chest. So it is a really, really good full body exercise. All right, Dalton, whenever you're ready. So he's going to pick the bar up with a clean grip. His toes are straight ahead, his feet under his armpits, pushes his butt back, his weight's on his heels, his shoulders are in front of the bar. 6 high pulls, please. Right there, good. Notice how he's popping his hips. His hips are lifting the bar, not his arms. Notice how his elbows stay above the bar all the way through the lift. All the way through the lift. When you've done 6, go to 6 muscle snatch. It's exactly the same movement, except now I'm throwing the bar all the way overhead, putting my head through the hole. Make sure you don't bend your arms at the bottom. Make sure you don't bend your arms at the bottom. Make sure you get your head through the hole at the top. When you finish the 6th one of these, you'll put the bar on your back. Make sure the head goes through the hole every time. Now we'll do 6 good mornings. Pushing the butt back, rocking to the heels. You actually do want to pick your toes up on these. As you go back, I pick up my toes. I should feel this in my hamstrings and my butt, not in my low back. If I feel it in my low back, I'm not doing it correctly. When you finish 6, you go then straight to the squat to press. Make sure your butt goes below your knees. Pop the bar overhead using the legs. All the arms do is catch it at the top. Notice how flat his back stays. He doesn't lean forward. He stays on his heels all the way through the lift until he gets the bar overhead. When you finish the 6th one, you'll bring it back down to the front. You push your butt back, bar below the knees. Try to get your back close to parallel and hold it stable, pulling the bar up to the nipple line with the elbows wide for 6 reps. Not to the chin, to the nipple line. Just exactly where it'll hit on a bench press. Keep that back flat. Try not to let your low back round. That is the complex. All right, so in conclusion, that's the complex. That is the primary learning exercise that we're going to teach. It's the primary learning exercise you're going to do. It also gets you in great shape. It helps build your core strength to be able to handle the heavier workouts to come. It teaches you technique for all the major lifts that we will do. It teaches you good body positions. It teaches you to always have your weight on your heels whenever you're bent over with a weight in your hands. Okay, if you have a weight and you are bent over, you must be on your heels. And so all these things this lift teaches. View this video as many times as you need to make sure you have proper technique. Watch yourself in the mirror. Don't watch yourself from the side because you can't turn your head and keep good technique. But if you can get in front of a mirror with a broomstick and just watch to make sure you're doing all the things that we've talked about in this video, you'll be able to learn the techniques that we're going to be using later on. Thank you, sir.